definitely gonna be worth it, man. You already see Johnny Hill. See you. Boss Hall, man. Been a long time since I heard that. Yeah. Yeah, Jonathan Cook said, Boss Cowboy OC, what's good? What's good, my boy? Yo. So, Brandon, we see you. We see you. Say, what up, boss? BDG in the building. I see you. Yeah, we still talking football, man. It's that time of the year, man. Hard to keep up. But we go keep up. We built this for us. When I say us, I'm talking about all of us. Here we go. Showtime, baby. Boys coming in from Hawaii. Love it. I see Coach. Oh, man.
Ball out. Ball out. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Ball out. Bow. Ball out.
Be honest, man.
All we do is bow. Ball out. Bow, bow.
So
ball out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out. Ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out.
Stay up,
Ball
right there,
out. Ball out. We about to take them all out.
Let's go.
Ball out. Ball out. Me and my hitters go all out.
Doing
Me and my
good,
hitters
Dave.
go all out.
Love
We
you.
about to take them all out. Dropping by the mall out. Come deliver mail on y'all route. Show them what it's all about. Just get called out. Fall out. Fall out. Me and my clique, we don't fall out. Me and my chick, we don't fall out. We minding our business, keep y'all out. Break up. Get up quick, then we hit licks till it's all out. I hate my job, I'ma call out. Boss of myself, child out. I'm a recruiter, a high percentage shooters. Gotta keep rifles and Rugers. Some people just trifling and losers. Watch for the jackets at night, they be cruising.
Man.
I can put together. A-Yard Kinston Yetta. My hitters be
Johnny
tough in
Hill
the
say,
leather.
I'm so
Can't
excited
nobody
about
do it
them
better.
boys this
Glock
season.
9
Man,
with
me
the F
too.
in. Step in with my best friends. Best friends, Smith
It's
and West
in
End.
the
If you
air.
miss 6, still catch
For real.
10. Ball out. Ball out. Stall out, pulling up outside the y'all house, empty till we all out. I got the juice and the crazy, and if you not a killer, don't say. His squad ain't nothing to play with. Undertaker and a grave dig. Best man like Tay Diggs. When you in the paint, gotta play big. Hitters ignorant like cavemen. Went from good fella to made men. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Shout out, ball out, get called out. Ball out, ball out.
Yes, I
Me
do,
and my
baby.
hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out.
Think he coming
We
in.
about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Ball out, ball out. We about to take them all out. Ball out, ball out. Me and my hitters go all out. Me and my hitters go all out. We about to take them all out.
Yes, indeed. It's Boss Cowboy Sports, man. And y'all know it's time to ball out. Yes, indeed, man. So we coming like with overtime today. And JR, man, in the building. It's just appropriate because JR Say, what up, boss? Let's go. What's up? So, yeah, JR on the last show ended the show with a big old super chat, and we really appreciate that. So we want to acknowledge it at the beginning of this show because we noticed it going out the show, but obviously when people make an investment into the movement, we greatly appreciate it. So kicked it in the door with a $49.99 super chat is beautiful. And we definitely appreciate that. So remember, when we do the super chats here, we make it a clear priority, and we pretty much shut down everything to kind of take your comment. So when you do your super chats on this show, because it's not just about us talking, it's about your voice. Your voice matters. So what we want to do is we want to slow down and also take those as a priority, because it enhances the show. Y'all actually feed us content, and we want to make that a norm over here. So appreciate that again, JR, the $49.99 super chat. And the OC is on his way. He just running a little bit behind, but as y'all can see, we very flexible. We very flexible. So, you know, as soon as he come in, we gonna be able to kick it off. So, you know, we got an interesting topic today, because obviously when we was live, Dan Quinn was live. So we go pull some of that, and we go talk some football right now on some things that kind of stood out, and then we go get into the content that we're here to talk about. Because I first asked the question, and y'all know me, man, when it comes down to certain things that go on, it's you know, I can get on a rant, and this is one that can get me going. Okay, this is not as, I'm not as emotional on this one as I was on Dak, and people love that video, but this one does kind of get to me just a little bit. And I asked the question. I said, will Ezekiel Elliott return to 2016 form? It's a lot of people that put all they balls out and would have told you just from last year it'll never happen again. Now, Zeke just had a birthday. He just turned 26. So, obviously, I got some stuff to say about that, because I think I see it clearly. Everybody knows on this channel that we drink measured Kool-Aid, but if it's not measured, we're not going to drink it. You know, that's just the fundamentals of Boss Cowboy Sports. That's just how it's going to work. But before we get into that content is going to come in at the end. So y'all going to have to kind of hold for that, but it's going to be worth it because, you know, I gave it some thought. And so as a trivia question, I want y'all to, you know, ask a question. Why in the world are we looking at Halle Berry when it comes down to Ezekiel Elliott? Okay. So we go get to that, you know. So I'm going to just tease that a little bit, but it has a lot to do with Halle Berry. All right. Y'all just stay with me. All right. But before we do that, man, I want to kind of get into the juice of this interview, and let's break it down. All right. So, and y'all know that's kind of one of the best parts of this show is doing that. So we go get right into it. Real quick, Brandon. See, Brandon, you can't come in like this. So you know we gonna always acknowledge them good comments. My boy Brandon come in. He say Zeke looks great this year. He put it in that work. This what the elf is an off season. Exactly. Dude looks ready to bust some heads this year. Absolutely. And we gonna talk about that, you know, because there's some things we gonna learn from it. But let's get into this press conference. Let's talk some ball, and I want to get right up to the meat. All right. So I'm gonna start with the boss man stuff. Hold on.
That's the first, so same time, same moment. We're, I don't know, basis.
Micah told us that your shoe game blows his out of the water. How long have you been wearing the Jordans? Have you talked to Dak at all about being a Jordan brand athlete?
I have not, but I'm definitely open to all conversations about that. I don't know, a long time, I guess. Well, I grew up, you know, during the 80s where, like, when Jordans came out, it was a big deal. And so I love basketball, still love, you know, watching it. So that's probably where it started back at, you know, 15 years old. And same thing with Run DMC. So same time, same moment.
About Joseph, he had missed some time in his quarantine, doesn't have a lot of college games. Where is he at right now? Is he a little behind? Is he?
Yeah, I don't think he's behind, and I think as a coach, what are you looking? I mean, we only had one practice too, so like there's not 10 days for us to have. Hey, day one it was good, but what I would say is he came in excellent shape, and so as a coach, you're always kind of keeping your eye out. What does that first day look like? Are they able to finish in that space? And so he was one of the players that I thought really demonstrated that speed that he has. Because it's one thing if you have it, but if you're guarded or you're worried about your conditioning, you're not ready to open it up and rip it. And he was. And so that told me this guy's, put some good work in on the conditioning side, and I'm looking forward to seeing where he can go to. But I love, getting to know him better and building these relationships. And the trust takes time, to build that. It doesn't happen overnight. And so he's, one of the guys that I've enjoyed getting to know better. And all these rookies, we got, 11 of them on the defensive side, and getting to know all of them and finding what their roles can be. And they're trying to figure that out too. They all want their shot and going for it, but they're going to get their moments, against the first team. And that's going to happen some in practice where, next guy is going to go in, and how are you going to respond? How are you going to play? And so it's not always, backups against backups. I'd like to see put into the fire right away. You want to be down for it? Let's see what it looks like.
Wait.
Really, demonstrated that speed that he has. Because it's one thing if you have it, I'd like to see put into the fire right away. You want to be down for it? Let's see what it looks like. How are you going to respond? How are you going to play? And so it's not always, backups against backups. I'd like to see put into the fire right away. You want to be down for it? Let's see what it looks like.
You guys got a lot of players.
Hold up. It's a lot to unpack there. It's a lot to unpack. So, let's go. Let's start unpacking that. First, let's go with Marv. Let's take some of these comments real quick. My boy Marv said, I don't drink Kool-Aid without first measuring, and he throwing the bombs up. Yeah, exactly. Got to measure that Kool-Aid. And I got a call from Coach. He said, I'm in on Marv. And see, he spoke to some people. Some people heard the message. So we going to kind of unpack some of this a little bit by little bit. First of all, he spoke to some of y'all heart. He spoke to a lot of our hearts when he started talking about Run DMC and the 80s and them J's. That got some of y'all. It got you. It got you. It touched your heart. It made us understand why he's so embraced. Because because first of all, culture is colorless. I want to say that again. Culture is colorless. Culture is preference. There are certain people that might be of my skin tone and they will prefer another culture. And if you prefer that culture, what happens sometimes, it makes you more comfortable with people of that culture. That's why I said it's colorless. I'm not being out of line when I say this, but I'm gonna use this as an example. Just talking real. Don't think this has anything to do with politics, but just being honest. If you see a black man with a Trump hat and he's gonna be easily able to identify with the culture, period. Whether you agree with it or not. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm not talking like that. I'm just saying the culture. If you see, you heard the term, it's ancient. When in Rome, be as the Romans, right? So when you identify with the Roman culture, you make Romans feel more comfortable, right? So we just talking culture. We not talking colors, culture. So when he started talking about the 80s and the Jordans, it related. It also relate. Can we just be real? It relate to the team that identifies with the culture. It's just what it is. It's an urban culture. Let me define it. Urban. It's the same culture of Boss Cowboy Sports. It's just what it is. I know what I am. I know what I identify with. I can rock with yours, but I also know what mine is. what I prefer. Just what it is. It's what I was raised on, what I like. It don't make me better than anybody. It don't make anybody better than me. I'm going to just tell y'all right now, I never have debates on music. I don't do that. Who better, Jay-Z or this? Who you think better? It's your preference. Because where I'm from, I like organs. I like beats. I'm a Southerner. So I'm going to relate with that. Maybe where you from, you like strings. That's what you relate to. So I mean, when I say it's a lot to unpack, it's a lot to unpack. So I really start getting calls from people that follow us like, man, I'm rocking with Dan Quinn from the interview, starting with Run DMC. Yeah, you hit me dead on the head, D Swift. D Swift, you hit me dead on the head. Look, D Swift talking about UGK, huh, boss? Yup. Yup. Exactly. Yes, down south legends, unapologetically. Don't. Some of y'all don't want to listen to that. Don't turn it on because you're not gonna be ready. Just tell you. But I'm just but back on football as well. What? I didn't know that. My boy say Jimmy Johnson and UGK from the same city. I did not know he was from Port Arthur, Texas. Are you serious, D Swift? With the history legend. Don't be lying to me, man. Because that's kind of epic right there. Don't play with me. But that does make sense. Country Jimmy. All that, like he like fishing. It makes sense, man. I'm gonna look that up, man. I'm gonna have to verify that. But hey. But also on football, unpacking what he talked about. What he said that was epic because he was talking about boss man fat. So when answers come out of these interviews, let's pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. John, I'm gonna give it to him straight. Yeah. I don't know if he grew up, but I'm going to just say it. He clearly showing what he identified. He identified with black folks culture. Yeah, I could give it to him straight. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. You know what I mean? I'm really more so talking in a way to where everybody will understand. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely not a sugarcoater. But it's one of those things you got to talk articulate in a way to where people of a different culture you have to say it in a way to where they get it and know you're not insulting their culture. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those. I don't tiptoe. No, but at the same time, yeah, he definitely identified. But it's not just black folks though. That's why I want to be clear on that. Cause see, culture is no color. It's not. Culture is just preference. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? You can be a white person that identifies with urban culture. I can be a black person that identifies with a country more white culture. It can happen. It depends on likely how you was raised. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? So it just says that likely he was raised or in an era to where his idols was Run DMC or Michael Jordan, and that obviously so happened to be black people. And it just shows that America is a good place. That's just all it's saying is that you get black people that identify with white cultures and you got white people that identify with black cultures. That's actually a very good thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're not saying that, Judge. I'm just, just telling everybody that's listening. And my boy Keystone in the building, we getting ready to do a show real soon within the next couple of days. He said, if that O-line opens, Zeke will be back. Yeah, that's happening, bro. That's happening. And we go definitely talk about that. We go bring that up when we talk about Zeke. Ha. See, Logan, I got you. See, Logan asked. See, Logan, we going to answer that question. He asked out the gate. He said, why Halle Berry in the thumbnail? Not complaining. I got you. We go explain it. You got to stay with us because I'm going to explain it. It got to do with Zeke, though. Okay? So I'm gonna tell y'all again. I'm gonna get to it, but first we talking about that press conference because it's fresh. But we gonna talk about Zeke in a minute, all right? And so And what does Zeke got to do with Halle Berry? Trust me. I'm going to break it down. I already got you. And see, my boy Tyron Smith, my boy Nick, what's up, man? He already in the building coming in with that good old common sense. He said Tyron Smith look like young Smith. See? You see? To my boy Keystone point. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, no, man, the writing is on the wall for Zeke, and you know, we got a lot to say. And Logan said, bet. Yeah, we go talk about it. Trust me, man, because everybody, you know, everybody looking at Holly like, I ain't complaining. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. She fine. Yeah, she fine. Yeah, super. And it got a lot to do with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? It got a lot that we go explain. We go break this all the way down, and y'all go appreciate it once I get to that. Y'all gonna be like, boss, I feel you. All right. But back to Dan Quinn. All right, we going back to what he was see, and I was saying, which is so important. What I was saying, man, it's so important that when stuff come out during these interviews, we gotta align ourselves to the truth. Okay, we can't continue to just say what we want to say. My boy talking about Halle Berry said, Lord, yes indeed, bro, yes indeed, Lord have mercy, yes. Yeah, we got something to say, man. So y'all stay with us. I'm gonna show y'all plenty of pictures on Holly. So if y'all, you know, kind of got some issues, y'all gonna like this show today. All right, but going back to that press conference, what came out is he talked about that Boss Man is in excellent shape, and he boss said still holding. See. JR, I'm gonna get to this point, man. Y'all thinking about Halle Berry. I done messed y'all mind up showing y'all pictures of Halle. We go get to Halle. Let me make this point, and we go get to Halle Berry, man. I promise you. All right. Man, see, y'all, listen, man, listen. This is what y'all... I promise you we go get to My boy say she old. I don't find ladies with short hair attractive. Oh man, get off the stream, bro. Don't you ever talk about Halle Berry like that. Get off. I don't know. My boy, hey, Quincy. First of all, obviously, thank you for another super chat. And I got an Oak Cliff shirt for you. That's going to be in your school's colors, black and gold. I got you, bro, for being one of the first super chats. I got you. Okay? So anyway. All right, so, but going back to this, 'cause I got to explain this, and I got you on that, Quincy, man. So make sure we link up. Make sure you hit me on that DM. I'm going to get your address, or I'm going to come to you or whatever. And, you know, listen, let me say something about Quincy real quick. I've been knowing Quincy for years, like literally we was in different schools and we competed against each other, but we had the same barber. We had a lot of different stuff to where we had respect for each other, you know what I'm saying, close and from a distance, you know what I mean? Just always been a good dude. All right, so anyway, so y'all stop fighting in the chat too. All right, anyway, so going back to what I was saying, because I want to make this point on Boss Man. Because remember, the media was trying to drum up stuff about Boss Man, and we was warning on this show that likely he had COVID. Because remember, they quarantined him. All right? They quarantined him. And so we was saying, notice how that the media was ignoring quarantine and focusing on painting a narrative that he was out of shape. So it was J Tuck and the OC. We was having a conversation and a joint show that day, and both of those guys had COVID, and they talked about how it took 3 months for them to be themselves. And I was telling everybody, be patient with Boss Man, because if it was COVID, you gotta let his body come back. So that's why that stands out on what Dan Quinn said. If you just not coming in, I played partially some of the interview with Dan Quinn. All right, I just want to let that be known. I played some of the interview, and he came out Yeah, everybody mad at you for talking about Halle Berry, bro. Don't you ever do that. But talking about everybody mad. Nah, man. Don't be coming in here with that shock jock. Don't be doing that, bro. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Everybody gets mad. Yes, don't you talk about Halle Berry. Yeah. But anyway. So going back to what was with Joseph, I was telling him, be patient. Like, if it's COVID, don't let the media put a key in your back. Don't let them put a better, because they always looking for somebody to be the bad guy in Dallas. And if it's not real, they go kind of twist it and manufacture it a little bit just to get drama, because drama sells. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So the fact that Quinn came out, right? And the fact that Quinn came out and said that he was in excellent shape. He talked about that not only was he fast, he was playing fast, and he opened up. Okay? Because I just want to say that that's a very, very, very good thing. That's a very, very, very good thing. So that means even if he had COVID, he's in good condition right now. And he showed it at least day one, and he said he opened up. So that came out so we can start putting the negative crap on Boss Man behind us, which I think we should, and then allow Boss Man to compete, right? Because a lot of us had concerns, you know, but once stuff start coming out that no, he in shape, no, he's running fast, no, he looks fast, he looks good, then we can chill. I see Keystone, man. Keystone come in the building. He say, we don't have to extend cutter wheels. We'll be checking our guards next year. Yeah. No. We gonna be checking them out this year. What you talking about? We gonna be checking them out like soon. Anyway. So that was one of the big things. But the bigger thing as we break down the Dan Quinn interview, okay? One of the big things that I like that he said is he clearly showed he is also not a Kool-Aid drinker. He ain't drinking no Kool-Aid. This is no knock on the hype that's been coming out about Nashawn. It is no knock. But I like what he said. He said, which is key. You got to really kind of key in on what he said. He said, yeah, we go all get rotation. Like all the guys, they go get rotation. They go get a chance to show what they can do. But the key thing that he said is, I want to see what you do with them ones. Going against first team. Yeah, check this out. My boy Nick say, yeah, Nick from Carter, he said Quinn grew on me. Yeah, bro, he grew on me too. He really did, bro. He grew on me too. And I'm gonna show some more. But going back to what he was saying, and I like the matter of factness of it. It was so matter of fact. It was so like fair. And that's what we all want here in Dallas. That's why we all have talks about politics and favoritism. Quinn was basically saying, I'm not drinking Kool-Aid over day one. He say, everybody go get their so basically he grades like I grade. Because if anybody been keeping up with the Boss Cowboy Guide, I'm very big on how you play against starters and people that belong in the league. Like, the main reason I wasn't as high on Pitts as the world was, because I saw Pitts' performance versus first round corners. I don't care how you play against Ole Miss when none of those guys go get drafted. I will give you some respect for it, but where my overall grade comes from is what you do against guys that I know go play on Sunday. That's how I grade consistently. And I do not ease up on my grades just because I like you. I don't do that. And I love that Quinn came out and he was just so matter of fact, so G about it. he was like, yeah, I mean, if you say you belong with the ones, get on out there and let's see. Shit. I'm like, talk that talk, Quinn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just straight up. And so I'm gonna play something else because a lot came out. I mean, a lot. I can spend a whole hour on his. I promise you, he let a lot out the bag. I'm gonna go through this a little bit. So let me go back to it. Y'all be patient real quick. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play some key clips and then just kind of give my narrative on it. All right. So I just think OC just walked in the building. I heard him. What's up, OC?
What's the word, brother?
All right, chilling on it. Yeah, see, man, we got this thing down, man. My boy OC get to come in whenever he want to, man. Fresh and shaved, got a brand new shirt. You know what I'm saying? Acting like he putting on the front like this not show 2. You know what I mean? No, this show 2 today, baby. You know, we did one an hour ago. We go doing another one. We got love for this. OC, I'm getting ready to play something real quick, and then we go kind of narrate it. All right? It's going to be Quinn's press conference, and then we go get into it. All right, here we go.
Happy to us to play.
Obviously, Jalen and Leighton on the field together. How do you plan to use those guys? And what's the role? I know it's going to evolve. Look at all different type of things. But
Yeah, we're fortunate that we do have a number of good players. And what thing I do is I want to make sure we have enough roles for guys that they can do their thing really well. So, you know, if you look at the linebacker spot, there's a number of guys that are going to have roles. They all won't be in the same packages together, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be significant hesitations and thoughts on defense. Just slows you down things. So when you put all those together, now the game plan comes to life. But each day, you know, we're practicing guys at some different spots.
besides the Eagles, guys who long-time starters, you got first-round rookie, late in the first-round pick.
Adjustments that go on. Yeah, we're fortunate that we do have a number of good players, and what thing I do is I want to make sure we have enough roles for guys that they can do their thing really well. So, you know, if you look at the linebacker spot, there's a number of guys that are going to have roles. They all won't be in the same packages together, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be significant roles, you know, for their team and how we're going to win. And I think winning at that position is going to come in a number of different ways. Who's got roles? How do we feature them? And third down, there's 2 minutes. There's first and second down things. So when you put all those together, now the game plan comes to life. But each day, you know, we're practicing guys at some different spots.
All right. So he see, because it's been a lot of mystery sitting out there, OC, right?
Mm-hmm.
People literally treat linebacker as if you use them the same based on all scenarios.
No, you don't.
And no, you don't. So we said this, that those linebackers was going to change based on certain packages and certain downs and distances. There are certain people that fit first down that won't fit third and long. There are certain people that would fit a nickel package that won't fit a base defense. There are certain people that's going to fit a defense designed to get after the quarterback that's not going to be a fit for a defense that's just you want them to play it safe and punt. So the scenarios is going to determine the usage of the linebackers. I think people still waiting on the controversy that's not there.
Right. Well, he just explained it, man, and he told us that we are not going to play all the linebackers together and in the same scenarios and situations. Right. And something Mike McCarthy pointed out that people need to really pay attention to is when he said, because of the conditioning level and because of where we are, we're really going to focus a lot more on situations. Right. And so that's really a great sign of where the team is going, because the more you can focus on situational football, the better your team is when you have to play close games or make adjustments. So as an example, in the base 4-3 package, you definitely will see Jalen. You probably will see Van Der Esch. You're probably going to see Micah Parsons in any package because he's that versatile, right? But when it's in certain situations, you may see an interchange. You may not see Van Der Esch, right, playing the Sam, or Van Der Esch playing the Will. You may see Keanu Neal there. Right? You could also see, if we're more coverage happy, right, and we have tight ends, or we have people playing tight slot receivers. And what that means is that you got a receiver that's playing close to the tight end. So if you look at the strong side of this diagram that Boss Cowboy put up, if you got a wide receiver playing close, then you may cover him and shift over the defense and have a linebacker cover him like your Sam. Or if it's the opposite way on the weak side, maybe your Will linebacker covers him. And in that scenario, just as a hypothetical, you may see a Jabril Cox. So that's what we mean when we say different packages for different linebackers. If you have a jet package and you're playing both Gregory and you're playing also Micah Parsons at the linebacker positions, I said this earlier, you may have a jet package, and he mentioned that too if you listen to him closely. He said a jet package, not a jet package, but he said rushing and featuring what they do well, maybe on third down versus second or first down, excuse me. So you're going to see a lot of different sauce based upon the teams we play and what those teams do well.
Yes, and JR, I did hear that Jalen had his hand in the dirt on some packages. So another thing that Dan Quinn went over as a philosophy is he said he has a 40-day rule. So he's not like us, who's day to day. Nashawn Wright Day, Boss Man Day. No. He go look at it and add it up at the end. That's what's gonna happen.
And that's really good. That's measured Kool-Aid, boss. Sorry, not a good job.
No, man. Finish you, because you know where I'm going. And and this is for us, in my opinion, bro, just to catch up with them. Because, last show we was spitballing, right? We was like, I hope people didn't really think that we was being definitive on the reasons why Malik Hooker is here. We were just saying, look out for particular battles and potential surprises, because it's not adding up to what you're saying, right? So that, so it's listen to us close. We not always being just like exact, it's about interpreting the tea leaves and saying your words are saying this, your actions are saying this, something else. So it's one of those things, when I listen to Quinn, we're catching up to how he thinks, and when we learn how our coach thinks, we should then adjust how we think, OC. So instead of having all this day-to-day pom-poms, we should go to, like Coach Marvin says all the time, man, the grass go decide. Yeah, we go tell you the play-by-play. We go tell you who won first round, right? Round 2 was run by so-and-so. But at the end of the day, if we thinking like Quinn, what he says he does is he adds up the cards, just like a boxing match. He adds up the total score to determine how we go really put the defensive game plan together.
Yeah, and I really do like that approach, because now we have a clear evaluation of what you did over a section of time. And that's what he's basically saying, that I'm going to look at scenarios, packages, and players in a certain composite time frame. And I'm going to measure what you do as being consistent, good, inconsistent, or otherwise over that period of time. So what that gives is consistency. What that allows is that it's more unbiased, and then we get the best pieces for the best possible outcomes, whatever scenario we face versus a team, because the NFL, just like many other sports, is a game of matchups. And so the variety of players that you have on a team, it enables you to accommodate and to defeat or either counteract different pieces that other teams use against you to get matchups to score points, if we're talking about defense.
Yeah, no, we definitely talking about that. And real quick, OC, I'm going to play Another part of it's an interview, and then I'm gonna get into the main topic of the show, which I saved at the end, and everybody's patiently waiting. They trying to figure out why in the world that on the thumbnail I got Halle Berry, but it's supposed to be talking Halle Berry, but we supposed to be talking about Zeke. So here it is right here, and all these horny dudes out there.
You know you ran it up when you showed Halle Berry. We got a whole bunch of views. I don't even know how many people on here. Let me see. How many people we got on?
Man, I did run it up, bro. I figured, I say, man, just put on my girl Halle Berry. See, because it's another part of this picture that people ignore. See, y'all just looking at Halle Berry. Y'all better know, Boss Cowboy, man. Listen, I'm learning how to do this podcast and stuff. It's also this dude sitting on there, man. Y'all better watch me. Yeah, it's more on that thumbnail than just Halle Berry, man. So, I got Halle Berry sitting on there. You know what I mean? And, it's like, ooh-wee. But it's some other stuff going on, man. It's some other stuff. It's some evil going on. It is some evil. You got Halle and you got evil clowns. So listen, it's a whole lot going on that we gonna have to talk about, man. So y'all get ready, cause see, I'm sick of the eye test, man. Every time I hear this old eye test that be coming from my fans, I be wanting to drop kick her sometime, bro. And listen. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not in the mood today, OC. Can I just be honest, bro? I don't feel like playing today.
All right, go ahead.
All right, but I'm gonna play for y'all real quick. Another part of this interview, and we go talk. We go cause this one might. I'm gonna just play it. I'm not gonna even reveal it. Here we go.
The Eagles, guys who long time starters, got first round.
That went through the spring and into the summer that I could, create and look at. We're gonna, I can corner, and you're always in with the corners, and you're pretty much going to get all the information for that spot. But for him, where he's has some pass rush background, and he's got certainly the big linebacker background, I can fill some of the space on the pass rush side, and so that's where a lot of our conversations will go. But it's also a good check-in to make sure where we're at, what we want to work on today, and be really deliberate on this day. These are the things we want to work on. On this day, these are the things that we're going to work on.
Sure, the guy that didn't take a conventional path to the NFL.
Can you repeat the first part?
And didn't take a conventional path to the where.
Understatement of the day.
Yeah. How did you get in? How did you guys get together, and why was he the right guy for you to take?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, through a connection with this organization, and so he'd actually done an internship in Dallas, and so a friend of mine, Jerome Henderson, had recommended him, and so he did a Bill Walsh fellowship with us. Ended up going through for the whole year, and I just thought he had a rare ability as a teacher. And so then for the next 3 seasons, right there, right by my side in a number of ways at linebacker, at defensive line, and he's made a remarkable, not transition into the NFL because that wouldn't be the right term, but a remarkable ascent into it. But with world-class teaching skills, that's you can know how valuable it is as a coach. He's an excellent motivator. So he's got a huge future in this league.
What's your vision?
Let me get in your shoe. Come on, Quinn. All right, so listen. That was a little bit hard to hear, but I'm going to tell you what he said. They asked about Aiden Dirty, okay? And was asking about, what about him? And just basically gave him his opportunity. And Dan Quinn called it an understatement of the year, okay? Now, Boss Cowboy is on record. Okay? I don't drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. So I'm listening, and I'm like, okay, I got to respect Quinn's thought process, right? Because the OC is a teacher. I am a teacher. We know that's a skill set that we have. Some people are truly natural teachers. And if you are, you do deserve an opportunity. The question is, do I fully buy it? I'm not too certain I do. I'm just being honest. I'm not too certain. Just in this world of good old boy and politics and favoritisms, because the resume is so slim. But what he said is he is a great teacher. He also said he's a great motivator. Called it an understatement. So this is one of those things to where, and I'm going to just say it like I feel it. Talk is cheap as hell, man. It's cheap. I don't like, no. I'm going to stay consistent to my original analysis, OC, which was I'm going to judge him by his group. I don't care what words are. I'm going to judge you by how the group plays. All that he's a phenomenal teacher and phenomenal motivator and phenomenal all it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do we expect Dan Quinn to say? Did we think he was going to say that he was a questionable marginal hire? Absolutely not. He's not going to say that, Boss Cowboy. Right. He recommended the guy. He coached with the guy. He endorsed the guy. So, of course, you have high thoughts and high commendations about your own hires and your own thoughts. But the proof is in the pudding. And every man work looks good in his own eyes. That's the thing, Boss Cowboy. But you have to be willing to let another man judge your work. And at the end of the day, another group of men will judge his work, the other coaches on that staff, the defensive players and their response and their like or performance versus what he's saying and how they contribute and grow and get better over the season. These will be the determining factors to share and to see who he is and how effective he is over a coach. And so I see you, Gerard. He says he's an upgrade over Leon Lett coaching. You know, I would say, Gerald, remains to be seen. Right. Remains to be seen. Yeah. I really don't judge a coach based upon what another coach says or preseason. I judge a coach much like Dan Quinn just mentioned on a 90-day term. I judge a coach on a 3 to 4 game composite. That lets me know his consistency, what his players do, how they react not over 1 or 2 games. No, I'm gonna give him 3 or 4 games. I'm gonna give him about a quarter of a season to see what he's doing with that group. And you go get it live and clean first here with Boss Cowboy Sports, because the OC is coming with tremendous film breakdowns. And I'm gonna break that down. I'm gonna be watching that defensive line, and I'll do breakdowns as a group, and we will grade him. Boss Cowboy, we'll grade them, Boss. We'll grade all these coaches. We'll grade them, Boss Cowboy, and see exactly if they've been naughty or nice.
Man, because I don't get caught up in that. I don't. Because, see, what happened is people start saying, well, they said this. Well, listen, Dan Quinn just said this. Like, bro, like, let's look at the pattern of how they say a lot, bro. They said last year we wasn't going to a 3-4. They went to a 3-4. They also said that they wasn't acquiring Allen Hurns to replace Dez. They just needed to get around to talking to Dez, and they fired Dez without talking to Dez. They told us that we gonna be in a 3-4 this year. After the draft, the first thing he said, we're gonna run a majority of 3-4 because that's what the league is doing. But then we started looking at it and we was like, 4-3. And then the more you start really looking at it, it's obviously that they in a 4-3 defense, bro.
Right.
So it is show us, man. Yeah, Johnny Hill said it perfectly as I said that. And this is the spirit of this show, bro. It's like, man, show me. Like, you know, like he's a remarkable. I found him through the Dallas Cowboys. It's like, all right, we'll see then.
Remarkable people win Super Bowls.
I want to see that group, bro. That's what's going to tell me. Because sometimes, listen, I know this from experience. You know this from experience, OC. When I played for the University of Houston, we brought in Coach Swayze. You remember Coach Swayze, OC?
Yep, I do.
You remember what happened to our secondary after Coach Swayze?
Yep.
Went off, didn't we? We all got better and faster. He trained us in the offseason in our strength and conditioning program and trained us how to play safety and corner better. Our defense went from bottom in college to top 10 in the secondary. Guess who got fired?
Coach Swayze.
Coach Swayze. Riker, check us out in the morning. It's going to be worth it. Check us out in the morning. I know you got to go to bed. She gave us a super chat before she left. Thank you, Riker. She said,
thank you, Riker. Much love.
She was trying, too. She literally told me, I'm tired. I ain't drink my coffee, but she was trying. Thank you for trying to hang in there.
Thank you, Riker. Appreciate you.
Because we got a lot to say. But it's going to be worth it, especially when we talk about that Holly Berry. All right. So, just real quick. And then we gonna get into Holly Berry and Zeke. So, like, it's just one of those things to where we know sometimes that it's politics, bro. And, you know, Dan Quinn, he winning us over. But the person who had the better resume was Leon Lett, bro. Yeah, if I'm just looking at on paper, the guy that came from the coach that you trying to obviously go back to. You obviously trying to go back to the days of Rod Marinelli in that 4-3. Leon Lett was there the whole time. Leon Lett was the champion. You know what I mean? Who guys are going to respect from he's done it. Like the guy that got the smell of a substitute teacher. Yeah, I said it, man. You got the smell of a substitute teacher. You green as hell, and I just supposed to be just loving you because Quinn said so. No, man. Listen, I measure Kool-Aid, bro. Shit, I'm sorry. I gotta measure it, and then let's measure this. Dirty was promoted to outside linebackers coach in 2020 after serving 2 seasons as a defensive assistant on Dan Quinn's staff in Atlanta. Bro, what has he done that tells you about this remarkable teaching? What in his resume tells you that?
What Dan Quinn said. That's it. What Dan Quinn said. We don't know. You from a man on the moon, but at the same time, listen, the outlook is positive. You have a chance to come in here and make an impression on these men, okay? And you have to coach, motivate, push, teach them in a way to command respect. And we'll find out by, I would say, three or four games where he really is with this team and this unit as they perform or they underperform. We're going to see, because if people are getting blown off the ball, if they're not generating pressure, somebody's going to be the fall guy. And I'm going to tell you what, Dan Quinn got the big money as the defensive coordinator. I guarantee you, and we all say, and people say, unfortunately, that, you know, stuff runs downhill, not uphill. And I guarantee you some of the first people that's going to get the axe is that guy you said was a great teacher. I guarantee you that. So, hey, yeah, I'm telling you, like you said, I'm telling you. So, hey, we going to see, baby. We going to see what you're working with.
See, because everybody see Quinn winning people over. Oh, Quinn, I saw him working with Parsons. I saw him working with this guy. I saw him working with this guy. The guy that's going to be in that room teaching by himself is going to be this guy. So all that stuff we seeing in the cameras, yes, that's cute. Yes, great photo ops. But when they break and get off the field, OC knows this from experience. I know this from experience. You go with your position coach. All right. So let's get to so I'm keeping my eye on this one, bro. This one I'm at water stage. All right. So there are different stages of Kool-Aid. All right. We're gonna talk about this briefly. There's water stage. Then that's where you start measuring and you start kind of adding up the ingredients. All right. Then when you start pouring it all together, you got to make sure you measure it, and then you put the water, you put the chemicals together, and you know what I'm saying, and then you stir it up. I'm at the very beginning. I'm at water. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even start stirring this up yet.
Mm-hmm.
Cause see, it's other levels, and we gonna talk about the Kool-Aid levels later. But I'm at the very beginning. I haven't even taken a sip of this yet, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm waiting to see on this one, bro. I'm not gonna just be whatever Dan Quinn say. Okay, no, I ain't just drinking everything he say. Nah, man. I drink.
Yeah.
Nah. He said it. I'm drinking it. Nah, bro. No. I question everything, and just he's a remarkable teacher. Well, on what resume?
Yeah. And you can't use Grady James because he's an anomaly. That's a Pro Bowler. He's a freak. He's been a stud since he's been in the league. And I was the star of that defensive line in Atlanta.
Right.
So you can't use him to justify yourself, right? You can't take credit for another man's work, right? He was a boss hog and got better the whole time since he's been in Atlanta. So you can't use that dude as an example. You got to be able to pull. You got to pull some other examples of people you developed, cultivated, and rose to a Pro Bowl or excellent play level on that team. And the fact of the matter is, there is none.
Perfect.
There is none on the Atlanta Falcons. There is none. Sorry.
So I'm gonna just be honest, y'all. Say, man. Straight up, man. Say, my Oak Cliff Spidey sense going off, bro. Like, say, that don't add up, Quinn. I ain't gonna let you bullshit me, no. They don't add up. Like, yeah. Cause see, some cats, let's be honest, some people interview well. They know how to win you over. They know how to put on that demeanor, bro. They know how to play the crowd, bro. And do you got your peoples on, man? I ain't got my glasses around me. Dude, what my cloud views? Oh, man, I left them. Anyway.
You smelling it. You smelling it.
Am
You
I
smelling it.
bro?
You smelling it. Your nostrils wide open. No nasal decongestions needed, man. Clear nostrils on that. You smelling it for what it is, bro. And it's showmanship, and it's working the crowd, and it's the experience of being a head coach, whether you were successful or not, that enables you to position and craft your speeches and what you say to the audience, and the ability to hire well, boss cowboy, to get jobs.
Coach
to
Maul
get
said,
jobs.
Look at this, Coach Maul against your boy.
And
man.
the Kellen press conference sound bad. Come on, boss, let's give him a chance. We gonna give you a chance.
No, I think Coach being sarcastic. I think he's being sarcastic on that one. Yeah,
right.
No, Coach,
He might be.
I ain't giving no chances, man. Our run defense was ranked last. So that's what concerns me. Can I just be honest? You know what I'm saying? I promise y'all I was going to be honest with y'all and be loyal and tell you the truth. We got a super chat real quick from my boy JR. Hold on real quick.
Thank you, JR, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Heard anything about 3 and/or 1 technique today?
We did. Tristan Hill is ahead of schedule. So in terms of 3 tech, he said that he's ahead of schedule on the PUP list. But
I want to talk about that. Thank you for bringing that up. And thank you, JR, for bringing that up. Because I'm really scared for Tristan Hill right now.
Too.
I'm scared because the room, JR is too deep.
It's deep as
hell. And every day that he misses, bro, puts him closer to not making that 53-man roster. Right. I'm telling you, every day he misses, and it's gonna be some casualties. Don't think that everybody that you saw get into camp, even rookies, even draftees or veterans that are young veteran guys, are gonna make this team. The OC gonna tell you right now, that's not the case. Some of these guys are going to get those walking papers. And I'm afraid if we get to that first or second preseason game and you don't see any flashes by Tristan Hill, he's going to be that guy, because he is not a Dan Quinn guy. Unfortunately for him, he was not really the guy, a Mike Nolan guy. He's been bounced around. He was, and it's not really his fault because they overdrafted him. And I've said this several times, but he's going to be a casualty. He's going to be what we call collateral damage.
I'm not ready to say that yet. I'm gonna put him in that 40-day. I'm gonna put him in that 40-day grinder. You know what I'm saying? But he got to hit the field, bro. If he don't hit the field, shoot, bro.
First or second preseason game, boss cowboy. Yeah. Mark my words, and I'm very confident about this.
He got a
Right.
flash too. He
Right.
got to come
First
out
or
like
second
you was worth the
preseason
wait.
game.
Like
Yes.
you was so worth the wait.
Yes.
If he come out any kind of ways on some just the guy or I need to get kind of in the groove, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. See, this is exactly how they gonna look at him. Like, no, bro, you out.
Regina, Reggie.
Yeah. No, Tristan, you bet when Tristan got a flash immediately, bro. All that pup.
I'm gonna tell you what they finna do to him. They go Taco Charlton him.
Oh no.
They go taco him. They go watch. It's the pattern.
Bad.
It's setting up. No, it's setting up for this, Boss Cowboy. Think about it. It's setting up for this. They're gonna taco this boy. They about to taco Charlton.
By taco,
they
you mean let him go? Cause Taco was done bad, bro.
Yeah, they about to let him go.
And they
it's
messed.
be
Cause Taco was actually
overdrafted.
I feel you on the overdrafted, but
same pattern.
But see, this is exactly what happened with Tristan from Taco's. Taco year 3 started to show the flash that we've been waiting on. He was the preseason player of the game twice, and we still let him go. I don't think we gonna do Tristan Hill like that if he balls like Taco balled. Because Taco balled in preseason. A lot of people ain't going to say that, but by year 3, oh, yeah, Taco was showing up in preseason. It made no sense to let him go. You always kept your extra in. And you all know you would rather have Taco than Armstrong.
All right, but check it out. Check this out. And this is you never can underestimate the politics of Dallas Cowboys. No, never.
No.
So no. Listen, listen. If he comes out and flashes quickly, he'll make the 53-man roster. Okay. If he doesn't, he's not one of my guys. Says Dan Quinn privately in a room with somebody. He's just not one of my guys. That's going to be the conversation.
I would hate it because I really believe in a 3-year philosophy because I've seen it consistently work. And I think somebody said it best, and I think this is true as hell. Watch this. I think this is the comment of the day right here. Let him go, and he'll be a Raider tomorrow.
Probably so.
Facts.
Probably so.
He will go
so.
right to the Raiders. Rod gonna
Probably
be
so.
like, y'all dumb. We finna get him in year 3. Y'all did all the rehab. We go get him now. Cool. Exactly what's gonna happen. He finally in his grown man body. Oh, we go get the mature Taco. Y'all the ones that matured him. It's gonna be just like what happened with Taco, where we the ones who went through the rookie years and the developmental years, and when they turn corners, we hand them to other teams to flourish. Straight up. Nah, you know what I'm saying? But it could happen. I mean, but
yeah. I wish him the best. I wish him the best, man. Look, I hope he makes the team.
You got to get out there. Period.
Yep.
You got to get out there. Hey, but it's time, bro. People been waiting, bro.
All right, let's do it, man.
All right. The people been wanting to know, bro. What's up with this, bro? So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all. All right. I'm going to tell y'all. Zeke is Holly Berry. Zeke is Holly Berry. Yes. All the way. Because I don't care what nobody say. And if you really watching my presentation closely, you'll see that all these pictures are different ages. Young Holly Berry, old Holly Berry. What am I saying? I don't care if it's old Holly Berry or young Holly Berry. She's still fine. So what's happening is, and I'm just being honest. Now, when I say this is not for people that's holding Zeke accountable. Okay? This is not you. Those who just want him better because they believe he can be better, I'm not talking to you. All right? I want to be very clear on that. But there's a lot of Cowboy fans where they're evil clowns. They're real life evil clowns, bro. And these evil clowns attack our best. They the types who give Anthony Brown and Noah Brown just unlimited chances. And they target the guys who got the contracts. They hate. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, man, listen. So an element of this is the fan base, and the underlining of the heart is some financial envy. I'm convinced of this because anytime they reference a drop in performance, anything, they immediately talk about his contract and how much money he making.
Yep.
So what that says to me is that a lot of fans, unfortunately, man, you're envious, man. You're not happy about your life, and that's okay. And I'm just going a little bit deep here, and maybe I shouldn't, but I'm just gonna tell you like I see it. See, some of y'all got jealousy problems, man. It's like you see people that's doing well and that's young and that's being successful, and you wonder why it can't be you. Well, listen, the problem is it can be you. Let me give you some life advice. It don't matter what lane you in. It don't matter what your profession is. If you determine and you pay the cost to be elite, man, the money will follow. It don't matter what you do. Right? It don't matter what lane you in, right? And so people be jealous, man. And so when you jealous and you don't congratulate or join in, what happens is invariably you become a hater. You become a hater. Now, we know that the offensive line was horrible. We were playing like our third and fourth tackles, man. And like, I'm just being realistic. Do I think that was Zeke's best year? Absolutely not. Do I think he was as quick and shifty as I like him to be? Absolutely not. Nope. But guess what? The person that knows that more is Zeke. The person that knows that the most is Zeke, and he has sheer gift, God-given ability. But what he's coupled that with from his elite years at OSU, Ohio State, and then his first few years in the league is superior work ethic. And so what you saw this preseason out of Zeke is a world-class work ethic. So with that being said, there's no way you go see an out-of-shape Zeke. There's no way you not go see high performance as long as they give him adequate carries, which they will. So that's what's going to happen this year with Zeke.
And see, and let me go a little bit deeper in that Zeke is Halle Berry. So a lot of times what we was doing with Zeke is we was judging Zeke based on 2016 Zeke. And we had one like real knock on Zeke. We were saying we haven't seen a 20-yard run in a while, or he doesn't have the same burst. Right? But see, this is what you got to understand. Most running backs that ever come into the league have 4.4 speed and that much burst. That's how he's like Halle Berry. Yes. Zeke did not look like 2016, but damn it, in the comparison to Halle Berry, Zeke was still fine. And I don't mean fine like body. I'm just saying he was giving good production to the Dallas Cowboys for a long time. And I'm talking about durability and production. Because people like to talk about McCaffrey. How many good years did he give you? People like to talk about Cook. How many good years he give you?
China dolls.
Right. People talk about Chubb. They ranked all them over Zeke. Bro, these are facts. I'm not lying on Zeke, bro. The most rushing yards since 2016 is not Derrick Henry. It is our own Ezekiel Elliott by a lot. Our own. And see, and this is what I want to say, because I said this before, but we got more people listening today. So I'm going to say it again. They lied on Zeke. They lied on Zeke. They lied on Zeke bad. It was epic lies. It was a whole, I'm going to tell you, the people that was saying, because this, you was hearing stupid stuff. This is the difference between Zeke and Halle Berry. Halle Berry is clearly older, yet fine. Clearly older, yet still fine. The people that were saying, Zeke, he will never be like he was in 2016, look like this. Non-athletes. You have never played, but you trying to say what a guy that's 25 can do and cannot do. And I'm telling you, as an athlete, as a guy who played the game, nobody at 25 is gone on terms of their explosiveness.
No way.
That is a lie. That's a
No
lie.
way.
It was all for TV. But these are the people that's the eye test. The eye test. I'm telling you, he's not the same. He will never be the same.
Eye test, do you know what you're looking at? And that's the problem. A lot of people look at things and they don't really understand what they're looking at. They don't understand how to evaluate what they see.
And it's just for TV. Yeah. And they evil. It's just evil clowns, man. It's like, and it's our fan base. I'm being all the way honest, bro. You be like, man, really? Just evil. It's the ones that get paid. Just 2 years ago, they was Zeke is the straw. Zeke. You know what else turned the corner? This is what turned the corner. This is what turned it when Zeke held out.
Yeah.
That's what got.
Well,
it.
Yeah.
That's where all that envy started. When it became about money. And him knowing his worth. That's when they start, because notice, they start calling him Mr. $60 million. Like you said, they didn't address him by his name. They addressed it by the money he got.
Anytime you lead with money in a conversation, when you compare somebody, you are envious.
Yep.
Financial envy. That's the new word of the day. Financial envy. 4-3 flex, you're right, man. I mean, look, the statistics say that a downhill of a running back, even if it has a lot of carries, is probably 29 to 30, but it could extend out based on how well they take care of their body. Right. So, yeah, I mean, I think that Ezekiel Elliott still has at least 4 elite years left in his body. You know what I'm saying? If he takes care of himself. If he takes care of, that's the if. If he takes care of himself. You know what I'm saying? So, downside, no way. No, I think he has 4. Worst case scenario, 3. But 4 elite years left in that body, for sure.
And see, it comes down to just being appreciative. That's just all I'm saying. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to being appreciative, man. Like those of us who complaining about Zeke, it's just like this. Y'all still would be happy to be with Halle Berry, even though she's not what she used to be. And that's really how you're supposed to look at it. And let me tell you something. Zeke is getting ready to show this year the same stuff he showed in 2016.
Yeah. He got a chip on his shoulder, and that's what I like. He's gonna play motivated and with a little anger, because listen. These people are people too, and that's what you got to realize, man. When you put out comments and tweets and all that kind of stuff, man, people hear and they see that stuff, man. And so a lot of this stuff is probably plastered up somewhere on his wall, and he's using it as extreme motivation to come out and tear the league up. So look for a huge year from Zeke, 100%.
And I appreciate Zeke, because Zeke showed, man. Zeke love the game, bro. And see, that's Parson on that boy. Parson run a 4-3. Y'all take a look at this, man. Look at Parsons on that angle. Both of them boys fast. You know they was neck and neck, but Parson did close. Look at this. Look how he closed. Ooh, look at them steps. How he closed. Ooh, look at that close. Keep y'all eyes on Parsons though. You ain't lying, OC. Watch. He go pivot and
close.
Damn.
He closed.
He did close that.
He closed on Zeke. He closed. He was way inside.
Ooh, I'm talking about in 3 steps. He was. Oh, you see that burst clear as hell on Parsons.
Yeah.
Let me watch that one more time. Ooh, that pivot.
Look at his close. Look at his close. Look at his close. Look at that close.
But see, Zeke wasn't even really moving. That's why Zeke was chilling the whole way. He kind of, like, he hit that corner, but he ain't moved. Right there, he turned it on. Right, like he did. So it's like you can see him hit another gear, but he knew he had to hit that gear because Parsons started streaking on him. Because at first you see him hit that little Dion high step, like he turned that corner. Parsons like, no, you didn't. Watch it. Like right there, he hit that high step. Parsons like, no, you ain't turned that corner, boy. Ooh, say.
Yeah, man.
But like you can see the acceleration on Zeke though, because he did. You see him hit that second gear.
Yeah, and he did. He did right about there.
Right there. Yeah, right there. He turned it. Yeah, see.
Yeah, he hit it.
Yeah, he hit it. So he was chilling because he thought. See, he underestimated Parsons. See, because Parsons ain't supposed to even be able to make up for that, bro. Not being on the inside like that.
Like, he's covering a tight end. He goes complete with the play action. And he bounces it off. Here it is right there. And then Zeke like, whoa, I gotta hurry up. Zeke's like, oh, I gotta hurry up.
And I want to stop and explain something else too. This is also how you spot game speed. All right, my coach taught me how to spot game speed a long time ago. This is how you spot game speed. Look at Parsons and compare him to Jordan Lewis angle. No, who is 27? That ain't Jordan Lewis. 27 is.
That is Lewis, ain't it?
I think that's Curse. All right. But look at Curse.
I don't like Jordan Lewis, bro.
Jordan Lewis 26.
Oh, 26, my bad.
Look at Curse compared to Parsons. And look at the difference. So the way that you see game speed is you got to compare it to the other guys on the field. Look at Curse angle and look at Parsons angle. Parsons went on a straight line at Zeke. Curse turned around like he needed to angle for Zeke. You see it?
Mm-hmm. But in the game, boss Cowboy, no
Diggs.
cap.
That's right. That's Diggs. 27 is Diggs.
In the game, it's close though, because if Zeke go full speed, but it looked like Micah in the game right there. I think he makes that tackle.
Yeah, he make that tackle.
He made that tackle.
If that's any other linebacker, he don't. See Parsons show. You see, y'all got to peep. Parsons showing that freak right there, bro. Like that. Listen, we didn't mean to kind of get too caught up on this, but we breaking every part of this down. Parsons freaky, y'all. He freaky, bro. Y'all get ready. But going back to Zeke, man, and this is just for the people that follow us. I just want to say this. We all got to be very careful because they try to put keys in our back against our best players. You know what I mean? And at least at this channel, we going to hold Zeke accountable. That's why the first thing we said, if you had your critiques on Zeke that was legit, like the fumbling, we got no problem with you. If you the guy that's saying he looked like he lost the step, we got no problem with you. But if you the clowns that's saying that he would never be what he was, nah, I got a problem with you. I got a problem with you. If you the guys who never played over here talking about he would never be what he was in 2000, okay, no, I got a problem with you. Because you insulting the work that goes into the sport and you trying to play us for clicks. And I'm gonna say it like this: you trying to play my people. You trying to play people that I care about. You know what I mean? Like I'm all for holding him accountable. No, he a bad fumbling year for him, and he got to fix that. He still owe us for that, but he'll say the same thing. That's why I cover Zeke. Zeke has been totally accountable, bro. Zeke, he said he definitely got me right. I thank him a lot just for working with me, making it fun and making me better. But he also talked about, which I appreciated for Zeke, how he let his teammates down. He wasn't talking about the fans. He was like, what hurt me is me when I was messing up was hurting my team. Mm-hmm. Zeke is the dude y'all want, man. Mm-hmm. So, like, and this is what I would want from people that follow this channel. And I just mean this, OC. I really mean this. And I said this with the Dak video. We let fools make it too much. We let them do whatever they want. The fools, the mean clowns, the evil people, they just loud as hell. And the people that really know football, we just let them talk. We just, we just give them safe place to call themselves Cowboy fans while they just openly just manure on the people that give it they all.
Well, there's one thing about this show that's really good and unique on that, Boss Cowboy, is that, man, it's like, hey, man, we're loyal, you know what I mean? But hey, man, we go tell you the truth, And so, that's just one of the things on the show that you can always get, which is great, man. It's gonna be, hey, we go call it like we see it, no doubt about it. Loke 44, was Tony P even out there? I haven't seen him at all. Yeah, I haven't heard much about Tony P starting off the first couple of days, but I'm sure he's out there getting some reps, man. But I haven't heard much about him, in terms of performance personally myself.
Yeah, and it's the way that training camp seems to work. It's about winning the crowd, and we go do a show on that. We gotta really explain that. Like, a bad day is necessarily not necessarily a bad day, or a good day is not necessarily a good day. You know, it's who's highlighted, who makes a splash. And so let's say if it's a boring day, and it's only one big catch, well, that's what you go hear. Pollard could have just went off, but if Zeke went just a little bit more off, that's what you go hear. Pollard could have just been amazing, but right now, what's getting the clicks is Zeke. So that's what you go hear. So I don't really even trust rumors from training camp. I gotta see it, or it gotta be somebody that I trust that's watching. You know what I mean? So, like, if the OC was out there and he came back with a report, I'm going to more so trust him because I know how he views tape, and I know he's honest, and I know he'll stand by himself to say what he believes he sees. We got to always know that there's a profit motive behind the media sometimes.
Right.
Okay? So they're going to make stories when there's no story, or they're going to highlight when there's no highlight, or they're going to low light. They do that too. So because that's why I was saying yesterday, let's be careful that the great Nashawn day don't mean it was a bad boss man day. You know what I'm saying? We just go give Nashawn his props for having a great day. You know? But that does not mean boss man had a bad day. You know, if Dan Quinn being honest and everybody else, it was a lot of people that spoke very well of also boss man. But boss man didn't have any flash plays. You know? And I'm going to tell you this as a corner. Sometimes that happens because they're not testing you. Sometimes that happens because you're doing your job.
Right.
If I'm locking you up, you're not throwing on my side. You testing the other guy. Remember, everybody that played across from Dion had career years. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we go do a video. Y'all get ready for that. We go live and we go talk about how not to let training camp have you drinking cocaine Kool-Aid. We really got to do a show on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because remember in training camp, they was hyping up Thompson.
Yep.
Switzer.
Yep.
Xavier Woods. Y'all remember? They was making Switzer sound like the second coming of Moss.
Yep.
The linebacker, Gilford, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's deaf. He's gonna be a playmaker. Ain't seen him since. Ain't seen him since training camp 3 years ago. Ain't seen
Water
him
boy.
Since. Water boy. Mr. Glass. Can't stay on the field. But doing training camp, he's definitely making his team. He's made a lot of plays out here. Training camp Kool-Aid. OC told us a long time ago, Anthony Brown is a businessman. Be careful of those people that show up just to make the roster. They treat training camp like it's their Super Bowl because they know that's their key to another way to ride it out.
Yep.
They show up in training camp and they disappear when the lights come on. We go talk about how not to fall for those types.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes into what Dan Quinn was talking about, them 40-day rule. We go look at the total, not splash. What you got, OC?
No, man, look, I just think that it'll be interesting, Cam, man, excited. I still think that, overall the team is better. The team is hands down a better team. It's a more competitive environment, and it's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see some of these battles, and we go get on this maybe the next show, not this one, about some of those O-linemen, those backup O-linemen and rookie O-linemen trying to make the roster, man, trying to stick around. And so it's going to be interesting, man. And I think that overall, man, the outlook is positive, but, man, like I say, man, we got to measure everything, and we got to see how these things shake out.
Yeah, and I think what what he said is dead on. Nashawn Wright has definitely made a splash and won our fans over so far. Yep, we gonna talk about that though. We gonna talk about that. It's and he doing what you're supposed to do. I can't wait to talk about winning the crowd in Dallas, and we gonna go through the history of winning the crowd, and because it's some people that had to win the crowd. Dak was one. When you come from those mid-round places,
Yeah.
you got to consistently win the crowd. And you can't just do it a couple of times. You got to show that this is who I am. Because I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody what really kind of set these narratives. When you probably a fourth round and down, right? What's happening is it's a lot of people egos now betting against you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Say
scouts
that.
that most people not like the OC and now who will say, I got it wrong. What they go do is they go, well, I don't know. I know he put it like this. What happened to Dak in the first preseason game? When he came out there, he almost had a perfect passing rating his first preseason game. He would have been 100% across the board if Swam didn't drop easy bootlegs. Like literally like dump offs to him, he dropped it. It would have been a perfect passing rate. And around that time, OC, they was shopping for a quarterback because that's when Romo went down. They was talking about Nick Foles and who Dallas go bring in to try to salvage the season and all that. They were talking about how pivotal the game was to Dak to see if they're going to continue to shop. And it was against the Rams. Yep. Coach Marv got it. It was against the Rams. And Dak came out there and destroyed them with no offseason with those guys. Destroyed them. And everybody was excited. Everybody. Ooh, whoa, who is this guy? I know he was nice, but a perfect passing rating out the gate? You know what Jerry said? Well, let's not put him in the Hall of Fame quite yet. What kind of response is that? See, that's what happens because remember, Jerry bet against Dak. Even they didn't want to draft Dak. They had Connor Cook in front of Dak. Connor Cook, even in the fourth round.
Michigan State quarterback who went to the Raiders and did hot garbage.
Yep.
I don't even know if Connor Cook is still in the league.
He not.
He's not even in the league. Yeah, he's not even in the league no more.
And Jerry was so disturbed, he said he couldn't sleep after the draft. Publicly. So you got your backup quarterback named Dak. You saying openly, I hate this pick so much I couldn't sleep. So why did you think even when Dak won 11 games, Jerry was still chirping?
Romo's our quarterback.
What if Romo got in here and led us to a Super Bowl? It's like, okay, he's won 11 games now. I can see after winning 4, it's 11.
Right.
That's what happened when you a fourth rounder or fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and undrafted. Those guys are bet against, so they got to be consistent. Nashawn Wright, he's right there where it can easily turn into beautiful destiny for him because he's a third rounder. You know what I mean?
Sweet spot.
Yeah, he's at a safe spot. But if, so anyway. Yeah, man, we always say on here as we exit, unless you have anything, OC.
Good.
We loyal. We fight to stay loyal. As you can see, we just gave y'all 2 shows, and we got a lot more coming. All right.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon. Boss Cowboy Sports, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, the OC 100 on Twitter. You can follow me there. CBDOC on Instagram and the OC on Facebook. Also, hey, if you like this content, share with your friends, groups, and family. And hey, please support the movement by supporting us by the Cash App, Boss Cowboy Sports. Also, you can super chat as well, and we got the Patreon that'll be up this coming week if you guys want to join and be a part of the community. So we appreciate your support. Anything you give us goes toward us doing more shows and improving everything that we do and bring you the latest and greatest and the best content on Dallas Cowboy Sports. So we appreciate you guys.
And then Coach Marvin say they bet against your whole career, boss. Good stuff. Yeah, they bet against me. I heard that. That's true. Some old weirdos call me Lost Cowboy. I was like, I ain't talked to you in 3 years, bro. Like, who are you? You weird. You know? It's just what it is. But you just, you know, pressure's a privilege. Let's keep fighting.
Yeah.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.